Senator Williams.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, my question is to the Assistant Minister for Social Services, Senator Fifield, representing the Minister for Communications. Will the Minister update the Senate on the government's progress in getting the national broadband network back on track?
The Assistant Minister for Social Services, representing the Minister for Communications, Senator Fifield.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I'm pleased to report to the Senate that the coalition government is getting the NBN back on track. Colleagues will recall, I know, that by adopting a multi-technology mix to deliver superfast broadband services, we will save taxpayers $32 billion.
Senator Conroy.
Getting the NBN finished 4 years sooner and ensuring that 9 out of 10 Australians in the fixed line footprint receive speeds of 50 megabits per second or more by 2019. And Mr. President, I'm very pleased to report that the first customers are now active on NBN Co's pilot of fast broadband via fibre-to-the-node technology. Last fortnight, the Minister for Communications, Mr Turnbull, visited Umina on the central coast of New South Wales, and he met with residents who, I've got to say, from his reports, were thrilled that the new superfast broadband connection that they had. One of those is Mr Martin McInnes, who recently connected to the NBN via fibre-to-the-node, and results from his connection show that download speeds of 96 megabits per second and upload speeds of 30 megabits per second were his experience. Now, these are speeds far in excess of typical user needs, and they demonstrate that fibre-to-the-node fast broadband will come sooner and at far less cost to taxpayers. Mr President, this is a great result for Central Coast communities, indeed communities around Australia who are crying out for better broadband, faster broadband. We can do it, we can deliver it more affordably and sooner than those opposite.
Order on my left. Order. Senator Conroy. Order. And you too, Senator Carr. Senator Williams, supplementary question.
Thank you, Mr. President. Will the Minister inform the Senate what local residents are saying about their super-fast fibre-to-the-node connections?
Order. Order. Senator Conroy and Senator Billick. Senator Conroy. And on my right. And on my right. Senator Conroy and Senator Carr. Order, Senator Cormann and Senator Birmingham. Senator Cormann. Now, thank you, Minister.
Thank you, Mr. President, and let me share with colleagues what Mr. McGuinness had to say about his new superfast fibre-to-the-node NBN connection. As I mentioned before, he's a resident from Umina who recently connected to the network. He runs a small business that rents out boats on the Central Coast and often works from home. This is what Mr McGuinness had to say, and I quote, "Since connecting to my Telstra NBN service, the faster download times have helped me save 10 to 15 minutes off my daily work schedule. This roughly gives me an extra day off each month." He went on to say the NBN is also bringing us closer to the opportunities of other Australians.
Pause the clock. Senator Abetz. A point of order.
Mr President, as close as I am sitting to Minister Fifield, I am unable to hear what he's saying because of the noise opposite, and I would invite those opposite to abide by the standing orders.
Thank you, Senator Abetz. Order on my left. Order. On both sides, the noise has been intolerable. And Senator Conroy, you're the worst offender. Order. 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 Minister, you have the call.
Thank you, Mr President, and it's clear that those opposite have no interest in the experience of Mr McGuinness and other Australians on the Central Coast and other Australians in regional Australia. Those opposite want Mr McGuinness to have to wait longer. We want people to
Thank
get
you,
connection
Minister.
sooner.
The time for answering the question has expired. Senator Williams.
Thank you, Mr President. I realise this is really embarrassing for Senator Conroy, but will the Minister advise the Senate how NBN Co plans to ramp up the rollout of the superfast broadband to Australians?
Minister.
Thank you.
Senator
Thank you,
Conroy.
Mr President.
Minister.
Thank you, Mr President. Clearly, we are fixing the mess of those opposite. The NBN have already announced plans to build 1,000 nodes across Queensland and New South Wales, covering in excess of 2,000 premises, 200,000 premises, I should say, 200,000 premises for those who want to hear opposite. Mr President, last fortnight, NBN Co confirmed that it will build an additional 300 nodes within Woy Woy in New South Wales and Warner in Queensland. The Coalition's plan to get superfast broadband to Australians will happen far sooner than the plan of those opposite. Labor want Australians to have to wait for the best part of a decade. Under the Coalition, Australians will enjoy economic opportunities facilitated by the NBN sooner, cheaper
Thank
and
you,
faster.
Minister. The time